If your breakup happened recently, it might be hard to even think about what happened. Simply reminiscing on the old thoughts and the old events that happened to you might make it feel like that hole you might have in your heart feels even larger. And that's a state called denial, where it's hard to recognize something that's happened and it's hard to face and understand reality. But moving past denial is the most important part of getting over a breakup. In my old home country, there is a saying called, you have to look at your wounds. And the meaning of that saying is that whenever you get hurt, either physically or emotionally, at some point, you have to recognize that wound, that harm exists. Because unless you recognize it, you can't actually find the energy or the will to fix it. And I want to ask you to do a simple 10 to 20 minute exercise to move past denial. I want you to use 10 or 20 minutes simply any time in the day to reflect on what happened in your relationship. To kind of structure that out, I'd recommend going over 3 things in your mind. What happened leading up to that relationship, first off. Second, what happened during the relationship. And then third and finally, how you split up. Then, if you can muster up the energy, I'd even recommend writing down some bullet points under those ideas. And simply recognizing what happened and looking at the events that happened to you, even though it might feel painful, will allow you to move forward. I think the best way to think about it is kind of like this. If you max out on your bench press, that's going to hurt when you're maxing out. At the same time, after you finish that, you're going to feel really proud of yourself, you're going to feel really happy. Very similarly, this exercise will open up wounds that hurt, and it might be painful to go through. But just like how these exercises, of course, take a lot of energy and a lot of strength, you have to be able to muster the emotional strength to recognize reality and move past denial.